Hey Dirty, this is Kareena Kapoor Khan, and I'm having a conversation with one of my most favorite actresses, Gillian Anderson. Hi. Great, absolutely. I think overexcited to be having this. Such an amazing topic. I read some of the stories in your book in Want, and I think it's courageous and brave to have this thought, to write about it, so many different stories, so many different women. It's just lovely. I mean, and when I was reading a few of the stories, I felt like, I don't know, it was giving me like a weird confidence in me that, okay, fine, maybe someday, maybe I could do this. Let's see how it goes. Yay.
If you about that, because
Easy.
fine,
Yeah.
just about, and then there
I know it kind of, but it's fascinating. I mean, the idea is absolutely fascinating. I think because, somehow as women, we're always expected to be, like slightly more coy or slightly more shy. That's what is expected out of you, But I think that if, you're confident in your sexuality and
yeah,
you feel, beautiful in yourself, uh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I think it's just the way I think we all, are made to think, or it's the way we're brought up. I think it's just this thing that, women are a certain way. Things are, so much more in the forefront. Things are changing. Women are kind of, braving up and being more in the forefront. Way which is there. And especially, I think, as an Indian actor, it's really, really different and really, really tough. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It is, because it's always been, I think, about like, like a touch and go kind of thing. Because I think Indian cinema and Indian movies has also been so much about the music in it. So if it's love, if it's romance, if it's sex, if it's anything, it just everything has always been shown in a song and a dance. That's the sexuality, So whether it's a sexy dance move or through music, we kind of flow through um love and sexuality and confidence the way we feel. That's just, I think, our movies, and we
because I
love
know
it.
it's basically what I'm saying.
No, but there's nothing that Jillian can't do. That's what I believe, coming being your fan and admirer and watching you.
I feel differently about. I mean, I feel that what's the
I personally like feel like it's not important to take a story forward. It's not something that um I believe that is required in a form of a story to show that. And I know that I might not be comfortable, doing that on screen. I never have done it. And I think it's just the way the way we look at the whole idea. We don't look at like your sexuality or sex as a human experience. We have to start looking and respecting that a lot more before we put it on screen,
yeah.
is my belief. Where I'm coming from is the fact that we're still not as open as, like, having the narrative the way it is out there for you guys, and the way you can feel it so openly. So while female desire is, openly tackled, in the West, it's always open, it's so open about it.
Shame within their partner for. It's not even as about a dead ask for it, whether it's in the bedroom opened up as a result of the book.
Yeah, absolutely. But do you think like people are now, there's going to be a return to slightly more traditional or conservative values in this, in the coming generation, or, do you feel that?
Backwards for women in, I don't know how that is
I know
in
everyone.
India.
It's just
Yeah,
scary that everything is it's like a curse. We're all addicted, I think.
we knew what it used to be like, or what
Intimacy, being together, romance, conversations, just, I mean, that, like, of course, brilliant. No one's talking at all. You're not even looking at each other. I know. I acted in a film called Chameli. Um, I think so. I think because, I played a sex worker in it, and I was very young, and people were like, okay, fine. I don't know if she'd be able to do it. But I think, of course, that it was kind of like a turning point, because it also helped me tap, my own confidence, my own sensuality at a young age. I kind of realized a lot of things. The fact that I didn't have to conform to, the traditional notions of like, looking a particular way, of femininity, of being, beautiful, because she was so like, brash, and a form of beauty which I really, really appreciate. And I'm happy I got to play that part. I think it helped me realize that I could go down a road which was slightly more deeper and complex, rather than just sticking to roles where I was getting, which was a lot more like, the frothy kinds. But I was like, it kind of pushed me to be a lot more fearless. And that's why, 25 years later, I mean, I'm still like wanting to go into a different space and do something a lot more fearless and darker. For
And was kind of an awakening for me in a sense. I mean, old was really an impact on me.
So now I'm gonna let Gillian take this one because I'm such a huge, huge, huge fan and watched all her work from like X Files to like I know when I told my husband he's an actor as well, he was like, "Oh my gosh, like she's just so," because you being such an inspiration. I think, obviously, because I do actually come from a film family, and like, I'm the fifth generation of actors in my family. Yeah, fifth. So I think it was just obviously it was a little natural that I wanted to be an actor, but um, it was it was not. It was just something that just came from like within. It was not because like I saw everybody, but it was just something that I personally really wanted to do, and I think acting it's taught me everything. It's taught me empathy, adaptability, resilience. It's just I think it's just given me everything in my life. And I mean, I think I'm like a better parent when I'm on set, like because like I just feel like, I'm always a better mother even now and a better wife because I'm like doing what I love to do. The meal like, okay, now I need to like just be completely focused on, this. So somehow it's just given me everything. And yeah, I can't think of anything else or doing anything else.
The amount of, I think it's changed quite a lot to try and fit into and the ones who don't have work done. So it's a bit of a catch-22. And there are certainly
I think it's quite a personal choice. I mean, but like I mean, I enjoy a few lines here and there on my face. I think it kind of just, you know, happier in my 40s than I was in my 20s. So in its natural course. I'm not still old, so like I'm still rock. Do you see yourself like in the next 10 years? Are you just going to be doing, are you still going to be like just acting, or where do you see yourself? Because you've been such an inspiration for me and for so many women out there I know, who look up to you in all, your characters. And of course, we've only seen you through your work, and we kind of feel like we know you through your work. You tend to another actor, take inspiration from another actor, and you look at them and you kind of start making up stories in your mind that okay, so and so is like this. And so I just want to know like where you would be like 10 years from now when you like
me forward.
I think so. Same like you. I think I'm, yeah. Till our limbs can move, we'll, try and crawl into the studios and try and give it our best. Such a nice chat, and I'm so happy I had this opportunity to see you, and hopefully one day soon in person. And Stella Gibson has to do that.